This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and today we're taking a look at the NITECORE SLB05, which I've been testing for the past 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. So on the exterior of this pack, we have 500D nylon and then a 600D coated nylon. So depending on what part of the pack you're looking at, you're gonna get some of this coated nylon and then just some standard nylon. I like both of them quite a bit. They are pretty durable, but also lightweight for, you know, a higher denier material. So overall pretty happy with it. It does a pretty good job of keeping water out. So I actually walked around with this bag with a camera inside of it for, I want to say it's like 2.5 hours, and it was raining to light rain to just drizzling the entire time. And for the most part, the stuff on the inside stayed dry. So I was taking things in and out, so some water was getting inside, but overall pretty happy. I did need to let it dry out for a while afterwards, but overall very happy with these materials, both on how much they weigh, how they do in the rain, and just how they look. As you can see here, we have a hook and loop fastener on the front here. Got a Pack Hacker patch just stuck on there right now. You can leave it with nothing on there like that. Pretty, you know, minimalistic, or stick something on there. I like that you can do that. It also just adds a little bit of fun to the front of this, I think. We have YKK zippers. You gotta pop this open to see the YKK zipper here. Nothing bad to say about it. YKK zippers are some of the best in the biz, and so are Duraflex buckles, which these are here. Easy, snappy, you can close them easily. No real complaints there either. So we have a handle here on the top, but as you can see, you can remove it if you want to. So because this strap is removable, you kind of just use this as a pouch if you wanted to, and we'll get into how you can attach it onto things in a little bit. But you can take this handle off if you want to, but it doesn't really get in the way, so I didn't really see a need to do that. Just very flat, not a lot of padding. We also have attachment loops here on the sides, both sides there, and then on the bottom we've got 4 more down here. So if you want to attach different gear to this thing, this is especially helpful if you're attaching this bag to something else, and you can attach small things onto this as well, so from largest to smallest. Moving on to the back side here, we have some PALS webbing, and we have these clips here that pop open like that. So this is a nice way to attach this to another bag. So if you have PALS webbing, you can use these clips to attach it. I actually wore this sling with these on there. It didn't really bother me, but if you want to move them, put them somewhere else, just pop them off, put them on the bottom, the side, or just leave them in your hotel or something like that. But overall, I really like how sleek this thing is. I think it looks very nice, all black, and then the NITECORE logo there. Just a very nice look, if you ask me. On the back panel here, there isn't a ton of padding. There's enough, I think, but if you were to put something really oddly shaped in the main compartment, it might push through a little bit and lead to a little bit of discomfort. But in my case, and I actually carried a couple different cameras in here, from a small mirrorless camera with the lens taken off to Instax cameras and an Instax wide camera. So no issues with that. But not any aeration or anything like that, so it will get a little bit warm. As I said, I did leave these clips on, but you can remove them, put them somewhere else, or stow them back at the hotel or something like that if you want to. The strap that comes with this bag is very minimalistic. There's not any padding or aeration or anything like that. It is quite long. You can really get a lot of stretch out of this thing if you want to. But there's no padding or added comfort. Because of how small this thing is, I didn't really have an issue with it being uncomfortable, but it is getting colder here, so I'm wearing, you know, thicker shirts and sweatshirts and stuff, so that helps. It's kind of some built-in padding. The clips are a little odd, as I can give you a little close up here. So if you're not taking them on and off all the time, it's not a big deal, but they're just a little bit funky, and I'm not quite sure why they're designed like that. I didn't have any issues with them popping off, but it's just a little bit weird, and if you were maybe taking them on and off all the time, it's just kind of a weird design. I don't really see exactly what it helps, but overall pretty happy with the strap. And if you do like the design of this bag, but you want a better strap, you can always use a strap you already own. It's just a D-ring here on the side, or, you know, upgrade it by a different strap to put on there. Very easy to do that if you want to. So I started with how I typically wore this pack while I was testing it, kind of on my back. I like wearing it like this because it's kind of like out of the way of my hands, and it's just kind of out of sight, out of mind. But also, if you want to access your gear, you can swing it up really quickly, get to what you need to get to, and then put it back. You could also just wear it like this all the time, or kind of put it on your side like this. It does affect your right arm a little bit there, or your left arm, depending on how you have it. You can also take it off real quick and then just wear it on one shoulder. this is kind of nice if you're like riding public transit or something like that, because once you get on the bus or the train or whatever, you can sit down and kind of just have it in front of you like this, and it's not really like in your way, or if it was on your back, you kind of have to like shift it around. So you can wear this a few different ways. Then also you can just take the strap off completely and carry it by the carry handle here, or as I mentioned earlier, there are those clips on the back, so you can attach it to your backpack, so you just have your backpack on, and this thing is coming along for the ride. So all of the gear that you have stowed inside this backpack, you have to open these clips to get to. I mean, obviously you have some attachment loops on the outside, so you could attach things there, but everything you're putting inside of here, there's no pockets that are on the outside of those two clips. So on the outside here, we do have these two liner pockets, but you obviously, as I said, you have to get over this lid first. And I just actually have, this is where I stow my power cables. I know that seems kind of odd, but I don't typically use my phone or wallet a ton while I'm out and about. Maybe if I'm taking the bus or something like that, that's different, I need some cash. But then I'll just take my cash out of my wallet and put it in my pocket, you know, try to have exact change or stuff like that. So I don't like having my phone and wallet here because I don't need them. So I put them inside, and you'll kind of see, I guess, why these are in here once we get to the inside. But I like having these quickly accessible. Obviously, the things I use to charge them are inside the main compartment. This is just what worked for me. I don't think it'll work for everybody. I'm curious what you would put inside of there, so let us know. But once you get into the main compartment here, you can see we have two more pockets on the inside here, and that's really it organizational wise. So there are 4 pockets total, 2 on the outside here and 2 on the inside. So the way I just kind of make sense in my head to put the things that I'm more worried about on the inside, I have my phone and my wallet inside of here, because if I were to lose those, I'd be in bigger trouble if I were to lose these cables. But no, obviously I still have them all. I haven't lost any of them. And then, as I said, you know, these cables just kind of worked to go on the outside for me. So I have 3 cables there, all the 3 cables that I need. And then I have my just little wall charger there, battery bank, and then a Kindle here on the back wall. So as you can see, there's no more organization inside of there, so there was nowhere else for me to put the cables inside, and it just, sometimes that would switch. So if I was, like the one time that I was taking a couple different buses and I knew I'd be kind of using my phone to just like for entertainment purposes, I did have my phone out here, my wallet inside, and then kind of a mix and match of cables. All the cables can fit into one of these pockets, but I've talked about that enough. As you can see, 4 pockets, you know, easy enough to use, but that's the only organization. On the back wall here, we do have this fuzzy material, and there is a bit of padding, as I mentioned here, from that back panel between the two. So there isn't a dedicated like tablet slider, but I just face the the glass side, or I'm not sure it's glass, side of the Kindle against that, because that's like a nice fuzzy material with that little bit of padding, and then my other gear kind of pushes it up against there. If you don't have a bunch of stuff inside of here, there isn't going to be anything to push that Kindle up there, so it is going to bounce around a little bit. But typically, at least for me, if I'm bringing a Kindle or a small tablet, I'm going to have something to like charge it with, maybe some headphones or something like that, and that's going to push it that way. But as I mentioned earlier, I was actually able to fit an Instax wide inside of here, and I think I had at least 1 pack of film. I might have had 2 packs of film. I also was able to transport my Fuji X-T3 inside of here, so I had actually one of the times I had a Fuji X-T3 with just a body cap on it that had a pinhole in it, so I was doing some pinhole photography. And then another time I just put a regular body cap on there, and then I have a Sigma, I don't know the lens, 18 to 55 or something lens, and I took it off, and they both had the body caps on them, so mirrorless camera and lens right here. So even though this thing is quite small, as you can see, especially when it's, you know, has nothing inside of it, you can fit quite a bit of gear inside of here, and I think that's what made me like this thing so much, is it's not bogged down by organization, but it still has enough to put most of your gear, and you can fit quite a bit of stuff in here even for its small size. And it is customizable. You can add gear around where you want to, or just use it as is. It's really up to you. So there you have it, the NITECORE SLB05. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.